Welcome back to All Things Monmouth County in Real Estate. I'm Nicole Rabbat Levine with the NRL Group, joined by Heather, Maria, and Carla. And today we're diving into everything that made 2025 one of the most fascinating years yet for Monmouth County. For those of you just listening for the first time, we are the NRL Group, and we're with Heritage House Sotheby's International Realty. Shout out to our fearless leader, Mary Burke, and our amazing manager, Anna Apollonia. As my business grew, I built the NRL Group to deliver a higher level of service than one person alone ever could. By combining personalized care with collective expertise, every client feels fully supported. Our group was created to embody collaboration over competition, bringing together strong women who share the same commitment to community, integrity, and white glove real estate done differently. Okay, so who are we?
Okay, I am Carla Torres, formerly Carla Guastella. I have been in real estate. It will be 10 years in February. So,
Yay,
yeah.
happy 10-year.
Prior to this, I was in a corporate setting. So I worked for Ralph Lauren for 12 years. So I think that background definitely lined me up for success in, drafting emails and coming extremely professional to the table. But prior to Ralph Lauren, I was in the service industry as a waitress and as a bartender. So I'm very much of a people person, which is great. So I like the face-to-face and the client kind of connections there. So that's a big piece for me.
And you made the transition that most of our clients make. So you doing business in Hudson County, right?
So yes, my business is primarily from Hudson County because I had lived there for 12 years. So I definitely have my roots there, but kind of branching back out because I grew up in Manalapan. So it's nice to be back home and kind of now start here also. So it's great because I have that city aspect, but also, excited to be back in the suburbs. So
yeah, well, welcome back.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm Heather Arcabascio. I've had my license now for 13 years. And prior to me becoming an agent, I was a real estate paralegal, both in New Jersey and in New York. So I understand both.
So both sides.
Both sides, because we have New Yorkers coming here, and transactions are handled differently there than they are here in New Jersey. And I just love what I do. I'm here to be a part of this amazing group and support everyone.
Yes, and you're also our client success partner.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So making sure you're helping out essentially all of our clients.
All of the
get
clients
to the finish line.
Get to the finish line.
Thank you, Heather.
Yes.
Oh, you're welcome. Welcome.
I'm Maria Singman. I've had my license starting my 4th year now. And since the beginning, I will say I love it. And what I love about it is helping people with their goals, their real estate goals.
Yes, and you owned a business in Monmouth County for quite some time.
Yes.
One of the most amazing businesses ever.
Yes, very fun, great toy store, Toy Genius. And there
So
we
cool,
are,
Maria.
the service was above and beyond
100%.
with our customers. And that continues into my real estate business now.
Mm-hmm.
It's always going the extra mile.
For sure.
We used to come in when my kids were very little, and they would play on what was the riding toy?
The Easy Roller,
Yes,
the plasma
around
car,
the store. Yes, no, it was amazing.
So, full circle moment.
Yes.
And we also can't forget our transaction coordinator, Marie.
Yes,
Yeah, she makes sure that we're always on track behind the scenes.
Absolutely. Thanks,
and you're
Marie.
hitting all
Yeah,
of your
thanks.
target dates.
Yes, making sure nothing slips through the cracks.
Nothing slips through the cracks.
All right, so let's get into it. So remember when rates spiked earlier this year and everyone thought the market was about to freeze?
Oh, yes. A big crash.
Yeah,
they
spoiler
thought.
alert. In Monmouth County, it did
Didn't
not.
happen.
So which areas had the biggest appreciation in 2025?
I mean, I think overall, inventory remained low. So I think a lot of the times, especially in Monmouth County, people wanting to be in the suburbs, I know I previously, purchased in Lincroft, and that was a market that was pretty hot. I think location wise and the ease for commuting, being close to the highways was a big piece. So Red Bank in general, I just feel like kind of was on the rise even more. You guys could speak to more of the Monmouth County market, but I know in Hudson County, easy access to Manhattan with Hoboken and Jersey City remained high, in terms of demand. So, yeah.
Are you seeing more condos coming on the market in Hudson?
Inventory is still low, definitely compared to last year. I do feel like there's a little more of a shift. But for the most part, I think the renovated ones, the ones that are priced well, that pricing strategy is huge. It just gets people in the door from the start. But I do feel like slightly a little more inventory maybe compared to last year, but still, the buyer demand and
Right.
is out there.
What about Aberdeen?
Huge appreciation there.
Huge,
Yes.
yeah. It's a wow.
Oceanport.
I
Right.
just say,
Right?
Yeah,
Oceanport.
Oceanport, especially now, which we'll get to with Netflix
Oh, yeah.
coming in and what that's about to do, or has been doing so far.
Yes.
But yeah, Maria, like Aberdeen. So Mike and I lived in Aberdeen for some time and sold the townhouse. And now when I look back and I see what those townhouses are going
Wow.
for, I mean, we've sold quite a few this year,
Yeah.
especially in the I section of Aberdeen, and just seeing one after the other continue to rise. It's the price points that our buyers would come to us with, as far as affordability, and this is where I'd like to go. We're seeing them now move to other towns that we've never really had as much demand. Like Hazlet's always been a great town for, entry level to Monmouth County. And now even that is continuing to go up.
Right. Your Keensburg and Keyports too. I feel like they're on the radar more and more.
Yeah, for sure. In fact, I'm noticing, what about you girls, that a lot of my clients that had a certain price point in mind, they're now moving to towns that were not originally on their list. They're thinking of either further west Monmouth County or even potentially northern Ocean County.
Mm-hmm.
Are you seeing that too?
yeah, they're trying, I will say, but
Yeah.
there's not a lot out there.
Right.
It's like they're willing to definitely have that be an
Move to
option.
different
but
towns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still feel like they try to stay focused on where they want to be and like what their must haves are,
Mhm.
but they have changed or maybe taken something off and replaced it with something else.
Yeah, reconsidered.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see so much of who I'm working with going to like Ocean, but maybe if they were originally looking in Marlborough, they're happy to be in Matawan or Aberdeen now because it
Right.
still gives them what they're looking for.
But not freehold.
I've seen more
No.
not south. It's
Mm.
more east.
Right.
But I think a lot of the people that I've been working with recently are all commuting again.
Right. That's a
Mhm.
big piece.
They're
It's
all
huge.
commuting. They're not working from home anymore. Or if they are, it's limited amount of time.
That's so true.
So
I think people are getting back to the office.
Yeah.
So making sure that the commute is easy because it's a long day as it is. I
Mhm.
definitely see that more and more people are back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, what other trends other than going back to the office have you been seeing this year?
I think the biggest thing, the appreciation is there across the board. I have not seen a decrease in pricing at all.
No.
The only small change, and it's still minimal, because there are certain areas that are still seeing a ton of buyers submitting offers on properties. But I have seen the amount of people submitting offers
Lesson?
lessened,
Okay.
but not to where you're not receiving multiple offers.
Yeah. So like instead of 20, there's
20,
10.
10, between 5 and 8.
Right.
But they're still going
But
for
they're still
above.
going way over.
way over.
asked. Yeah.
Mhm.
I agree with that.
Lincroft is an area that I have not seen a change in at all.
Or Fairhaven in terms
Yeah.
of decrease.
Decrease in the amount of people, the amount of money that they're spending going over.
Mm-hmm.
That, I mean, Lincroft especially. Madawan's been another one that I was like pleasantly surprised for everyone, but I wasn't expecting that either. I mean, there was one house that did receive 20 offers,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
and it was on a
Recently.
main road.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I feel
What
like
price
it's
point was that?
That was listed at $865.
that's a good price point to draw
Mhm.
the crowds. I'm also seeing a little bit of a kind of, I wouldn't say even playing ground for our buyers, but a little more leverage they have, especially if something's priced over the market and we see the days on market. I do feel like I've had some success, not all the time, but of negotiating a little bit. I feel like sellers kind of need to be put in check a little bit in terms of where they list the property because the buyers have been through the market, through COVID and just this aggressive market for them. I do feel like they're very educated. So as much as we provide them with the back end of, facts and stats, they also are coming to the table saying this house isn't worth this price, and we know it too, but typically they need too much work. The roof needs to be done. And I do feel like they're standing ground in some senses. So excited for them in that sense too, because I equally work with buyers. So if they do have a chance to kind of have a little upper hand, I feel like they're taking that opportunity.
Yeah, a lot more resistance coming from buyers.
Yeah.
They feel defeated almost, if they're going in at a certain price and maybe they lost out on a few houses. Now they don't want to take on the mold issue in the house. And they're like, nope, we need you to
Right.
pay for this or we're out.
Totally.
I'm seeing that too, for sure. Are you noticing the same thing?
Same thing. And and hopefully what will hopefully happen is that we'll get back to a quote unquote normal type of negotiation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that you're going to see that the prices continue to increase.
Right.
I mean, we have a lot of big changes happening in New Jersey that
Yes.
are going to affect that. But to maybe where sellers can start to say, okay, I am receiving this great offer. I need to work
Right,
with
it
you.
is a
This is
two-way
not
street.
litigation. I need to
Right.
work with you.
Right.
We all have the same goal at the end of the day.
Mhm.
The buyer and the seller have the same goal to sell, to buy, and it's just making sure we can get there as smoothly as possible
Yes.
while protecting both parties. But let's
Exactly.
work together to the same end goal, right?
Yes.
And that's sort of the mindset we have. We're always protecting our clients, but
Mhm.
at the same point, it doesn't need to be adversarial.
Mhm.
We try our best to not have that happen,
Right.
especially with the
Yeah.
relationships we've made with other agents.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. I think that's so important. I think working a transaction with an agent that's working to collaborate, again, number one priority is always your client, but just to know that we're in it for the same reasons and there's always a way to kind of get through hurdles instead of kind of, resisting or making a wall between each other. I've had a few deals this year that were on shaky ground or, things, hurdles and bumps, but because of the partnership between the agents
Yes.
and protecting our clients
yeah.
at the end of the day, but also just making sure that we had good communication. We knew what we were standing for and what we were able to kind of bend for. So I think that's so important. I don't know why anyone wants to get into a transaction with someone and have like heads butt. I never understood that.
You've saved quite a few deals this year that way.
Oh, yeah.
You
I got more gray hair from this
you
year.
just did one this morning.
Yes, you just literally this
Jeez,
morning.
everybody's smiling this morning, but take it back a week and it was definitely, something that we had to work through and be
Yeah.
creative. So
You've
Yeah.
problem solved, especially up until the closing.
I feel like that's like the term of the year. That's honestly what it should be, is be creative.
oh, that's a good one.
It's like the term of the
It
year.
is.
Be creative with your offers that you're putting in. Be
Mhm.
creative
So
with
true.
home inspection items. Like
That's a good
constantly
word.
be creative.
Mhm.
We
That is a
didn't
good
have
word.
to used to be as creative.
Yeah.
It was just very
Very
straightforward. Here's
black
the
and
number.
white. This
Yeah.
is what it is. Inspections 14 days.
Yeah.
We have 7
Mhm.
days to get back. Like
Right.
that's all changed.
Yeah, we've had a little bit more hands-on strategizing.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you even saved one, what was it, the day before closing? And the buyer was like, oh my gosh, these aren't the numbers that I thought I was quoted. And then you put them in
Oh
touch
my
with your
gosh.
preferred lender.
Yeah, of
and
course.
literally
Thanks, Troy,
within
for
a
that.
week. Yeah, just shout
yeah,
out.
shout out to Troy for that. But that was, we were at the 24th hour. And, of course, unfortunately, this is a buyer that I've worked with, thankfully, on many deals. But he had been impressed with the rate that was given from a lender that I didn't know of. And, kind of put my, piece in the beginning saying, I just don't have the history. And, we typically use these lenders and this is why. And come down to the closing disclosure being sent and, unnecessary fees and points on it that he wasn't expecting. And he wasn't going to move forward. And at that point, we just needed to come up with an idea on how to switch gears. And, of course, I always ask you for your input. So thank you for that. But
Always.
we just moved fast and everybody got to the closing line and we kept our peace and kept it positive and we made it happen. So
And now everyone's happy.
thank God. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Like,
Thank the heavens. Thank
Yeah.
whatever.
we
Thank
made it. And now I rented it for him and he's a very happy landlord. So, everything worked out. But there was a few days of,
Yeah.
yeah.
So even though the market, we're seeing a very price sensitive market, if it's priced too high, then they're sitting accumulating days on market, buyer psychology. Now I can negotiate.
Mhm.
So it's still price sensitive, but you wouldn't say to a buyer, wait, just wait.
No.
No. We've had clients turn around to us and say, well, we're going to wait. We're going to go into a rental,
Mm,
especially during COVID and those years, 2020, 2021, 22, where people said, we're going to wait because we think the market's going to slow down. No such luck.
No.
And we're still not seeing that happen.
no.
No, and I don't think we're going to.
Maria, you sold one last year in Homedale. He's looking to potentially sell again
Yes.
to go into something bigger,
Bigger. Yes.
appreciated, just in a year,
Appreciate it in 1
Yeah.
year.
I have so many stories like that.
right?
Yes, I
Just in a
just
few
yeah,
years.
even one this year that I just closed in April. They're already seeing the home appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
And
So don't wait.
so
Yeah,
don't wait.
don't
No.
Don't wait.
Rates will eventually shift,
Mm-hmm.
but your house could be gone, right? Like
Right.
what you're looking for or want, it's there. You can refinance,
Right.
or you're going to end up just paying more.
Right.
I mean,
Well, because
that's
what's happening is the moment one closes, the neighbor says, "Oh, that closed for that."
That's the next comp.
Exactly,
Mhm.
that's the next
Yeah.
comp, which is a comparable property, right?
Yeah.
So then they price for that, and now the buyer who felt like, well, this
Mm-hmm.
needed a new kitchen, I'll wait for something else.
yeah.
The next one came up,
Up
and now
and
they're
up.
like, oh,
Yeah.
They're getting priced out.
they're
Mhm.
getting priced out.
Yep.
Yes.
I remember seeing something, I don't know if whatever social it was, where it's like, okay, you're worried about saving $68 a month, but the house is already worth $20,000 more.
Right.
Mhm.
So what's
Yeah.
the lesser of the two evils?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I was just, it's so hard because we want to give our advice and our opinions to our clients, buyers and sellers. But there's the fine line because ultimately they're in the driver's seat. They can decide what they want to do. It's their investment. But there's so many times where we're giving advice and we're like, please just listen
Mhm.
because we see this happen over and over
Oh,
and
yeah.
over, especially the sellers that are like, well, I'm just going to price it high and see what happens. Well, that's one strategy, but you ultimately net less. And we
Mhm.
see it over and over.
Right.
Well, that could be an unmotivated seller too.
True.
That is just throwing their house up on the market to see if they're getting it. Because
Mhm.
I've run into a few of those.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we do. We do.
They're frustrating. Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
And then sometimes just giving them those examples, like one of the ones that we had in Aberdeen this year, they were actually on the market previously. They had it up for sale, sat, nothing happened, and they had it for a lower price than what we put it up for. But we went in with the marketing plan, and here's how we're going to take professional photos and listen to us. It needs to be staged properly.
Right.
It wasn't maximizing the space in all of the rooms. They listened. They're like, okay, we're going to pay attention and listen.
It's so nice.
Yeah,
It
that
was
is
so
nice.
nice.
So nice. And then the
And
outcome
they
was
had
positive.
multiple offers at a higher price point,
Fabulous.
which is
We
great.
do know what we're doing.
We do. Collaboratively, we have how many years experience here?
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
And same thing with buyers. Like I was just on the phone last night with buyers of mine that are putting together an offer. And, it's always, well, is there going to be another house? Like, what if we're missing out on the next one that's coming up? Well, the next one coming up might not be in the area you'd
Yeah.
like or
We don't have
at
that
a higher
crystal
price
ball.
point. I know. It's the same thing with like a spouse, right? Like,
Yeah.
how do you
I
know?
was just gonna say, how do you?
Hey, it looks good for now. Hopefully it takes us to the long
Yeah,
run.
if they're checking your boxes, right? And it's otherwise you're always chasing the next best.
right.
And is that really going to be it? And honestly, I feel like once they decide on the house and they're in it, then they're like, oh my gosh, we're so happy that this was the one. All right. So how's Netflix impacting our market? The three of us were was it last Monday?
Mhm.
Oh, time's just flying. We went to a seminar put on by the New Jersey Association of Realtors and our board, Monmouth Ocean Realtors at Bell Works. And they put it on for all of us, agents from all different companies, just to talk about what's happening with Netflix, how is that going to impact our market, and what they're anticipating.
Mhm.
And so, like, what were some of your takeaways?
Well, I'm so excited for Monmouth County as a whole because of the amount of jobs that this is going to create for so
1,500.
many people.
Yeah.
I think that that's an amazing thing
Mm-hmm.
because everyone needs to work, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So that will be such a beneficial thing. As far as like the real estate market, talking about appreciation, right? We already have lower inventory, and now
Mhm.
we're going to have an influx of a lot of people having to move here from out of state. So buyers are already in a situation where they're having to still kind of fight for a home.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to have that many more people coming in, which is just going to continue to increase the values.
Yeah.
Right. They were saying on a hyperlocal level, prices are just going to continue to
Mhm.
appreciate. Yeah. And, one of the other things that I noticed too, and you just experienced this because you had an investor buy a townhouse close to where Netflix is being
Yeah.
built. And be careful because a lot of the condo associations, right?
Oh.
Yes.
They're changing their bylaws.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, so they're different associations because they don't want all of these short-term rentals,
Makes sense.
Airbnbs, because
they're
these
going to be needed.
Yeah.
yeah, and because these are developments, communities where they're primary homeowners, where they're living there, they're raising their children. They don't want an influx of all these different people coming in.
Right.
So condo associations are going back to their bylaws and changing what is allowed as far as rentals.
No short term,
Mhm.
probably, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or they're not allowing for investors to just purchase anymore.
Right.
Period. End of story.
Like you have to live there for a year or
Right.
two before you can even rent it out.
So it takes like, if you have those investors, or if you have, let's just say you have somebody coming in and they work for Netflix and they're like, I want to buy because I don't want to rent. But maybe I'm only going to be here for 2 years.
Mhm.
Make sure you take the time for them, because they may not be able to rent after,
Right.
if they can't sell. But yeah, just do your homework, because things are shifting.
Right.
Same thing with towns too.
Mhm.
Some of the towns are changing what their rules are with Airbnbs so
Yeah.
that they don't have just an influx of Airbnbs.
Yep.
And that's on a township by township level.
Yes.
Mm.
Because not every town in Monmouth County has the same rules for
Right.
short-term
Right.
rentals.
I mean, you'll see, of course, when you get into your beach towns, because that's how those towns make their money, is seasonal rentals,
Right.
so you're not going to, I don't think, see that so much of a change. But I mean, I think Asbury was actually one that started to change.
And Long Branch too.
Or was it Long Branch?
Yeah,
Maybe
Long
it was
Branch.
Long Branch.
I think both of them.
Was it
Mhm.
both of them
Yeah.
that weren't allowing for it? And then they were making the rules more stringent on the homeowner. No, you need to get a CO every time you change
Yes.
over.
Well, that was how they're trying to circumvent
Mhm.
because I'm fairly certain it's Long Branch that will only issue 2 COs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So a CO, a certificate of occupancy, which is something that we get, or we have our clients, the sellers get anytime there's someone new buying their home and moving in. Each township has different regulations on what's required for their CO. Sometimes it's just a smoke certification. But now for tenants too, townships require the certificate of occupancy for a tenant moving in.
just rental or
And now for a rental, they're saying, well, we'll only issue you 2.
Mhm.
So do some people still rent them out without getting a CO?
Sure.
Sure. But they could get fined for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's interesting because of the 1,500 jobs that it's creating. And that's, I'm fairly certain they were saying long-term jobs, like,
Yeah.
permanent. But then we also have the transient people.
Mhm.
So the crew members for specific sets and the actors and actresses, they're all going to need the short-term rentals. So where are they going?
Yeah. It's figuring all of that out.
But they were saying for local businesses, right?
How great.
It's going to be awesome.
Yes.
So local catering places and dry cleaners and everything,
Oh, yeah,
that will
huge.
be awesome for the local businesses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember the fact. I think it was, or the stat that they gave us, was it a 20% appreciation in 5 years?
I don't remember.
I could have sworn it was something like that, where they were saying they're expecting that for like
Yeah.
Oceanport because the mayor
could
was
see
there
that.
talking about
Yeah.
that. I mean,
That makes sense.
yeah, we don't have our crystal balls. I wish I did, but
Yeah. But I mean, all in all, I think it's going to be an amazing thing.
Mhm.
I know that the mayor from Oceanport was saying like they're doing so much structurally, like internally,
Like, to like beautify them.
sewer
their
systems.
sewer systems,
see.
like just
Yeah.
so that
getting the infrastructure.
yes, that we can keep
on.
up.
Mhm.
But I think it's all great.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Maybe we'll even be in a movie one day.
What did you take away from that, Maria? Same.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the job creations that it is. And it's already started with the construction, and then it's going to be the professional jobs that are going to come in. And I think it's 2027, 2028 is when it's going to be completed.
Yeah.
Just going to be here before we know it. I feel like the months and the
Literally.
it's flying by. So
And all of those new construction townhomes there. So there's Parker's Creek, there's rentals, there new construction. Some they used the same buildings, the exterior, and wound up doing the interior of them. But a lot of people are already moving there.
Yeah.
And it'll be this cool little center of town within its own
Yep.
Yes.
type of town. A brewery, a catering hall, movie theater. I think they were talking about
What's the
building.
big sports bar that's in there now?
Oh, why am I drawing a blank?
I'm drawing a blank too. That's why I'm
Oh
asking.
my gosh.
It's huge, and it has all of the it has a
Yeah.
million TVs.
It'll come to me.
Yeah. It's like something with a B, isn't it?
Baseline.
Baseline.
Yes. I haven't been there yet.
I haven't been there yet either. My son has.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Like all of the kids
Yeah.
go there, right?
sports. Yeah. Football.
Lots of
I just
TVs.
winds up at Tommy's. Yeah.
Same.
Right? I love their menu.
Such a staple.
Oh my gosh.
Though I
Food
did go
again.
to Soul Creek Grill this past weekend and it was good. So we had a
Yeah.
really nice time. We sat by
Aw.
the water. It was really nice.
And then you wound up at Crazy's.
Oh, well. Best ice cream ever.
According to your
Yeah,
son.
Lorenzo was a fan, but yes, we had a really nice time.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm curious to see how that impacts our local community. And then up the road from Netflix, we have the Monmouth Mall that's completely
Yes.
being torn down, renovated. A ton going in there, too. A lot of change happening in
Lots
this
of change.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Carla, the migration from the Jersey City, Hoboken, that area, coming to Monmouth County, where are you seeing them by and what are they looking for?
Yeah, I think that ease of commute is always on the list. I think ultimately these families are growing, so they want that backyard. They want to know they could pull into a driveway. So it's a mix of kind of like more space, but also how can they add that, ease of, easy commuting, being home, but also offering their kids kind of more space or a school district that might meet their needs. But I would say top on the list is pretty much like, where is the closest train station? How fast will I be in and out of work? Just like we had said, we're seeing more and more people going back to the office. So I do feel like that's top of the list, just because they're so used to being easy in and out to Manhattan that they're just like, if we're going to do this move, how easy can it be? So
I have found more people want to be closer to train and bus than the ferry anymore.
okay.
Yes.
Because the ferry has become way too expensive.
Yeah, it is pricey.
They would prefer to be closer to a train.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
I've always been when I lived in Manalapan, I was a bus commuter. So I'm a huge fan of the buses. So I think the mentality of that buyer is always kind of like, because they're used to the path, they want the train. But I do let them know. I mean, New Jersey Transit with the buses is all over the place. So they have plenty of stops and options and parking lots that they can go to and easily kind of jump on a bus. So I'm a big pusher of the bus. So when they do come with me with just train options, I can say, listen, you can walk to a bus stop very easily too. And I always felt like it was comfortable and kind of you get your bus lane in and out of the Lincoln Tunnel. So I think there's perks to also bus commuting too. So
I mean, at least the ferry, especially on a nice day, I mean, it could be a beautiful ride. You
I
have a little-
always
nice
try
experience.
to sell any of our ferries to the clients. And that's exactly what I say. It's like on a Friday before 4th of July, you don't want to be on the bus
yeah,
on
it's
the
an
parkway.
option.
Just
It's true. You don't hit traffic.
don't hit traffic on the ferry. Just pay the extra for that Friday during the summer.
Yeah, treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
I do notice, though, a lot of the people that live on the peninsula, which, Fairhaven, Rumson, et cetera, they tend to go to the ferry because it's a little bit closer and it's a straight shot. So I guess it depends where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Location,
Location-wise. Yeah. What I'm noticing, because I'll also deal with clients that are moving from those
More
areas more north coming this way, they're always asking, like, where's the nearest coffee shop? Like, where can I just take the stroller or, just walk? Maybe they're retiring
Right.
and they're like, I just want a walkable town. And that also seems to be really important.
Yeah, that's why I love the Fairhaven and the Rumsons. Yesterday, I just drove around and we actually got out and walked around. And I'm like, this is like a little town feel. It's so cute. Like there's coffee shops, there's like little boutiques. Like you feel like you could be part of something. So you can walk to, which is nice.
I think that's why we're seeing that uptick in Red Bank too.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
What would you say about Howell freeholds? I know you were touching on it before, but are you seeing that people are chasing the bigger yards, that they really want that space?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, anyone moving to New Jersey still wants, they're coming here usually because they want to have that yard.
Right.
But I mean, we see now, the amount of townhouses and condo developments going up. I mean, there is a shift in what they're building. But yeah, I mean, you like I said, I'm still seeing people wanting to be a little bit more north.
I agree.
They're not wanting to go as far south. And I think it just has to do with people needing to get back to the office.
Right, because it adds like an extra minimum 20 minutes to your commute.
Yeah.
If you're commuting into the city, it's
Right.
Yeah, from like Manalapan, then you go further.
I mean,
it's just
I have a client right now who she's under contract and she has seen so many homes. So many homes. Like she had to purchase, she needed to be settled this year. And she just kept saying to me, she was like, everything I love is in Howell or Freehold. Everything I love, that's where it is.
And would that location
But
work for her?
She's like, I can't go that
Too
far.
Yeah.
She's like, I have to have a good quality of life. And she's like, even though I'm going into the city only 3 days, I don't want to get home at 8 o'clock.
It's a long day.
Right.
Listen, people commuting, I give them so much credit because it's a long day.
It is.
Especially with this time difference
Yeah.
now, they get back and it's like full on
Pitch
nighttime.
black.
They probably leave when it's dark too.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's important. It is.
But I think that there's also the people who like that having that space and that privacy
Mm.
is like number one must have.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So they're okay with it. Like they're okay
They'll
with
sacrifice.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're working with a client. She would love a farm. I'm Howell, Farmingdale. That would be ideal if we can get
Yes.
something there. They're not making land anymore.
No.
Yeah. But someone who wants that type of lifestyle,
Mhm.
that's a great area for that.
Yep.
Yeah, for the space.
Yeah.
Definitely. Further west, if you go into like Cream Ridge too,
Mhm.
like they have
Beautiful.
beautiful. Shout out to Holland Ridge Farms.
Yes. We did a client appreciation last year, not
Yeah.
this year. We did it there last year. This year was Carm's Farm.
Yeah.
We have a farm thing going lately,
Yes, we do.
So
but
fun.
it's
That's
fun.
okay.
It's a lot of fun. So I guess that's a good segue into favorite moments, favorite moments and lessons this year. Clearly, when a client hires us, they're not just hiring realtors, we're their neighbors too. We all live in different towns and we care about our communities. What would you say would be your favorite closing this year and why?
I think that's hard to answer.
You love 'em
because,
all.
yeah,
I know.
I do. Because you get to, there's a relationship there. So
You have a story for
um,
everyone.
right.
You do.
Yeah.
I could say easiest, is it would be my first closing of the year of
Yeah.
2025. It was just
It's a nice way to kick off the year with something
it was
that was
an,
easy.
yes,
Yeah.
we found the property first one we looked at.
Smooth.
They're like, we want this.
Nice.
Because you nailed what they were looking for.
Nailed what they were looking
Mhm.
for, and we were able to place our offer, shut down the open house, and
You shut it down, Maria.
shut
shut it
down
down.
the open house. Yes.
Yes.
And it was, and then the seller and the buyer were very friendly, I would say, like things that the seller didn't
Like we
need
were
before
talking
she.
about before,
Yeah,
right?
It's so nice.
It
Yes.
is so nice.
Offered it out. Do they need this? Do they want this? I don't need this.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love when
You
the
know,
sellers
and
have like a
sending
heart in it
pictures
too.
and-
Like, listen, we know everybody wants the best price, but when there's like a little note or a bottle of wine or just something that makes them human at the end of a transaction, I always appreciate that. I'm like, this is like a house that you had beautiful memories, hopefully, in, and then you're passing it on.
Right.
Like, everybody should be excited
So
about
true.
this. Who's closing a chapter and who's opening one?
It's so true.
So it's so nice to see them when they collaborate
Yeah,
together.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It keeps everybody's anxiety a little lower.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
A little lower.
I have to say, I had a deal this year that has been in the making for 2.5 years, I would say. So
That's
before I
called
actually
perseverance.
joined, before I joined the team, I had established relationship. I had sold a property to a daughter of one of the sellers on this, and it was an estate sale for their parents that had passed away, which of course those, you tread lightly into. You never want to pressure or move too fast. And with that, there was furniture that was left, which, memories within the walls. And it was something that we really held hands for the years. And we led up to, what would make it easy for them and how do we kind of market something and, that isn't maybe as straightforward and the furniture remaining and up to the, and they listened to our guidance on where to price it. We ended up getting them over the price. So they were ecstatic and they trusted us. It was a brother-sister duo, which sometimes, personalities clash in families too. So it was maintaining everybody's, positive outlook and making sure they knew that we'd get to the end. But I will say that probably, even though all my deals, I'm thankful right now to have a business that is like twofold that's coming back to me. I really have a lot of repeat clients. I have, past clients that refer business out, which I'm so grateful for. But this particular deal, I think just because there was an emotional piece to it, I think that was such like a success when we actually closed and they did it and they felt like happy with passing the property on, even though the parents lived there 30 years. But they were kind of like, we made it and it feels good. It didn't feel rushed. We found the right buyer.
Beautiful.
And that was a real achievement because like I said, it was a long time coming. I mean, there was estate salespeople that came in to look at furniture because we tried to get them, good prices for some of this furniture that was there that was more vintage or antiques. And there was a lot of people involved, but, we made it. So that was a big achievement for me. It was a long time
going
coming.
the extra mile, Carla.
It was a long time coming for that one, but we
Yeah.
made it. Yeah, it was
That's
worth it.
awesome.
It was. And at the end of the day, like when you could text your clients' hearts and be like, like that's just like we were like really, we
Yeah.
are more than just a transaction. So
Yeah,
I
you
love
care
that.
about them.
I do. I love
Nice.
that. I do. It should feel like that. So
That's an awesome feeling.
What about you, Nick?
What about me? There's so much. the best experience I've had this year, I feel like, aside from transactions, would be us going to Hapcore in Red Bank. I loved that. So this year we implemented, we all love to give back to our community, but we kind of said as a group, let's do something that we're putting on the calendar at least once a quarter that we're going to commit to. And we did that with Hapcore, which is they're out of Red Bank. And they do so much for the homeless population and for those that, need housing and so forth and so on. And so when we go there to volunteer our time and making those relationships with the residents, I mean, that's something that you almost feel like I'm getting more out of it than they are. Like, you just get the warm and fuzzies inside.
Yes.
And that's been the highlight, I feel like, of my 2025 as our group. Client-wise, of course, client appreciation was awesome, even though it rained.
But still had a great turnout.
Yeah, it was
I
a
think
great
everybody had a
turnout.
great time. I mean, it was honestly not the best day for weather.
No, I was.
But it was the best day for everyone showed up for you or us.
Yeah,
So,
and I was texting Heather in the car. Our cars were parked right next to each other outside of Carm's Farm. I'm like, what do we do? Because
I was scared to text you. I was texting her.
Oh
my God, Nicole, okay.
Because my anxiety, everyone knows that it's anxiety, and so anxiety's through the roof. I'm like, Heather, I need you to help me.
And it was like we
Client
had a
success
rain
came
date.
through.
I think you had a rain date, but like because the weather had shifted, it was almost too late to like call it off. But
Right.
so we were full steam ahead, but it was
I
beautiful.
know.
You guys did a great job. So
Oh, thanks. And it was great to have you and your family
yeah,
there too.
it was so
and
fun.
your first one of the group. So it was great. That's always a highlight for me too. Transaction wise, I feel like, the biggest, if you want to call it a win, sellers that I had this year, they were in a position where they really had to move. And they've had issues with 2 previous transactions, offers that they received. And then the last one that they were really gung-ho for and they were accepting, the sellers, their attorney and the buyer's
I remember
attorney,
this one, yeah.
oh my gosh, they were so adversarial. And it was,
Could kill a deal.
well, that's what happened. They sent out a termination letter. Sellers called me hysterical and they're like, well, what do we do now? That was essentially our last potential offer and we don't know what to do. And so talk about relationships. I pick up the phone, I call the buyer's agent and I'm like, how are we going to make this work? Because your buyers want the house, my sellers want to sell this house to your
That's
buyers.
crazy, Nicole.
How do we handle this? And so both buyer and seller, we had them both agree to use new attorneys that we were recommending. And we recommend our attorneys not for any other reason than we know how they communicate, they protect our clients, and they have a way where it's not just an email saying we're terminating. They'll pick up the phone and call the other
Right.
attorney.
How do we
Right.
make this work?
That's
yeah,
important.
that's
Huge.
so huge.
We know
Huge.
that. We know that.
Yes.
We do from this year.
that.
I mean, that's a big deal to get an attorney to, pick up the phone and call another attorney. And when you have attorneys, look, what do they say? 20% of the agents in this industry do 80% of the business.
Yes.
Same thing with attorneys. We know who the attorneys are. We've been in the business, I'm almost 20 years next year. Like, I know the attorneys that do most of the business in this area, and you guys do too.
Right.
So it's like when you see someone's name come on a letterhead and you're like, who's this? And it's a part-time attorney, which again, no problem with them if they're actually answering and able to get you out of
Right.
review
Proactive.
quickly. But some of them just don't. And some of it's, it's my uncle who is a divorce
yeah, yeah.
attorney in New York, can also practice in New Jersey. I'm like,
please.
okay, well, let's see how this goes. And we're also like, crossing fingers when that happens. But, the other agent and I were able to get them to hire new attorneys.
Wow.
And it went, for
The
the
way
most
sh-
part, pretty smoothly.
Yeah, wow. That was
And
good.
I feel like that was a huge win because we were in a situation where, as I mentioned, sellers had to move.
Right.
And, we never let on to our sellers' motivation during transactions. We don't want to do that, of course, and compromise their situation. So we're always working in their
that,
best
right.
interest and protecting
Right.
them. But of course, we take on that emotional piece and know, oh my gosh, this is what
Right.
needs to be done. How do I make sure it works while protecting them? So for me this year, I think that was probably my biggest win, making sure that we were able to resuscitate the deal, and everybody was happy in the end. How about you?
Congrats.
Thanks.
Well, I think mean, I love all of my people, right? We do, and
Yes.
we want
It's hard to
everyone
pick one.
Yeah,
It really
totally.
is.
Yes.
we want everyone to succeed and get to their end game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think having a client who ghosts you,
For lack of better terms, happens dating and
Yes.
also in real estate.
yes, it's a client who they'll talk to you, then they disappear, and it doesn't matter what you say, what you send. You can send things of value, you don't maybe hear back, but then they come back around.
Mm-hmm.
And then being able to find them a home, and then actually showing your consistent value to them throughout the transaction, and then them then being appreciative
It's
of
like a full
who
circle
you are.
moment.
Yeah. And what you want to do. It's, yes, we do this for a career. This is how we feed our family.
Mhm.
That is without question. But we're all like people.
Right.
And we want to serve. And that's why we are in the industry that we are in.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what sets you apart too, though, because you kept at it. I think a lot of agents would have fizzled, and maybe they've experienced that so much. So the fact that you didn't give up and you kept adding value and educating and just kind of sticking through, that counts for something too.
Yeah.
100%.
No, for sure. And, then hearing from them, like what they appreciated and, and all of that. I mean, that's great, because sometimes you can have a client that you built this amazing relationship with throughout the process, and then you just have some who don't, they're
Like
just
go through the motions.
yeah, just
Just transactional.
Yep,
Yeah.
just transactional. And that's kind of what this relationship was, but then also then seeing how it developed into more of a relationship.
Right.
So that was good.
That's awesome.
That
That
was
was
nice.
the new construction you sold.
New construction, yes.
And I think she saw your value too, because even with the new construction, you're like, nope, you need to do this inspection, you need to do that.
Yes.
She's like, why? And then all of a sudden you found certain
yeah,
things.
I mean, there were things that were not. I mean, the HVAC wasn't working.
Mhm.
Wow.
There was a pipe, from, I think it was, maybe it was the hot water heat, whatever it was in the garage that was already leaking.
Mm.
So she didn't do these inspections to know. And look, with new construction, you know that you have a 1-year warranty,
Right.
the builder, but she knew what she was in for. There were certain things the builder wasn't going to do, like let's just say covering the pipes so that they don't freeze in the
insulate it.
garage.
Right.
The
See
builder
that.
wasn't going to do that, but the inspector was able to let her know how to take care of her home.
Right.
Right.
This was an investment property down the shore that wasn't going to be used during the
Mhm.
winter. You don't want those pipes to freeze
Right.
and you not be around. So yeah, I mean, that was great. She was
Yeah.
educated and it was good.
So if she didn't have you, she probably wouldn't. She would have thought, oh,
Yeah.
I got the warranty. I don't need.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Mhm.
hmm
And so that's how that relationship
Yeah.
blossomed. The trust
Yep.
grew. It's not
So-
always instantaneous. We understand we
No.
always have to earn
And I
trust.
think that there are we're all people, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I'm like, well, who's that? What's that cartoon character of the girl who just squeezes the animals?
Oh, that's me with Benny. Yeah. Where the eyes pop out.
Yeah. Like my clients become like I'm protective, like
Right.
they become like
Our babies.
yes, are they like
Yes.
part of who I am? I have to remember sometimes that other people are not that way.
Right.
So I can't take it too personally if they're
Mhm.
not immediately responding the way that I'm expecting them
Right.
to respond.
That's a big thing with our job too. Like, it's funny. I don't know that everybody always understands what we do because they just feel like we're very salesy and like, this is a house. What do we usually say
This
on
is
our
a
posts?
house.
Like, get it before it goes, or a must see. And like, yeah, that stuff is great for marketing, but there's so much more that we do behind the
so
scenes
much
when it
more.
comes to just carrying the deals, carrying the emotions, making sure that everybody feels served. But no, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
It's much deeper.
I would think our clients probably know about, I would say, 30% of the conversations we have.
Oh.
Yeah.
The other 70% are typically behind the scenes,
my
and we
gosh.
shelter them from all of those
Yes.
conversations that are unnecessary for
Oh,
them to
wow.
know.
We should
true.
document everything we do. Could you imagine that list?
No, it's
Just
like, at the
like
end of the day, you
Coordinating calendars, relationships, communications, all the different parties, keeping it moving forward, checking in. Yeah, it's a lot. Never mind the emotional piece. Because,
Sometimes that though is the biggest piece.
yeah, I try not to take it home, but it's hard sometimes,
Yeah.
right? Because
It's
you just,
hard.
you want everyone to be happy, and like it does get draining sometimes in this job. But I think our main goal is to get to the happy outcome, and that's where we have to keep our head on straight.
Yeah. Even if it's an unhappy situation for our clients,
Right.
they're, let's say,
Right.
divorces
Not
or whatever.
always.
It's not always rainbows and butterflies, but
Exactly.
even in that situation, and let's say spouses aren't talking to each other, we have the ability, okay, Maria, you speak with the wife, I'll take the husband, and we'll be able to kind of keep it where everyone has, again, the same goal, where they close and they feel like a sense of relief, not the other way around. But as you were talking about the ghosting thing, I had someone come to mind. And I think you were sitting in the office, Maria, when he wound up texting me back. This was last year. Last year or 2 years ago? I had a seller in Homedale, 4 years. As I was scrolling through back, text messages, I met this seller 4 years ago. And I would message, I would reach out, I would let them know all things of value. Here's what's happening in the market. Here's what you need to know. Your neighbor just sold for this, whatever, because he expressed at one point that he was thinking of selling. So just keeping him up to date with what was happening.
Was there back and forth dialogue or not so much?
Not so much.
Oh, okay.
Ghosted for a long time. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, pops up. You never gave up. And that's the type of agent that I want working for my house.
See, it pays off.
I'm like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
How are you?
Welcome back 4 years
Welcome
ago.
back. Yeah.
Wow.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's that never giving up piece. And you certainly don't want to be a nuisance to someone, but at the same point, you know that you can help them.
Right.
Right. Plus, you were providing him value
Right.
because
Right.
he was thinking, and that's 4 years of you providing value.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not naggy. That's just, doing your
Right.
job. Yeah.
Well, and then what about all the deals, and not that it's often, but all the times where, you are helping a client and then sometimes it's just not the right house. That happened this year.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you're even like, you know what? This isn't right for you. You get to a point where perhaps the inspections outweigh what the client is capable of.
Mm-hmm.
And you had that situation this year.
I did, and it was, and
Not worth it.
not worth it. No, like I want to still continue the search. It's not my decision,
Right.
but
Right.
they saw that as well, and we're like, we want.
Sometimes you have to just be honest. Like, you don't want to force something.
No,
you
and
know?
then she really appreciated your honesty with that.
Yes.
Because it got to a point where Maria's like, listen,
Just too much.
yeah, knowing your goals, knowing what this is going to entail. I mean, of course, as you said before, this is how we put food on the table. We are not compensated unless a transaction
Right.
actually closes.
No,
So all
true.
of those hours you put in,
I know.
but you will help her.
Yes, when Carla said, like, there's a house, it's going,
Right.
like that is so not my mindset.
Right.
Like, I am all about really what's going to be the best fit for them.
Right.
Well, 'cause there
and
are
seeing.
agents
Such
that
a
don't
big
think that way.
decision, too.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems to be, because then when you do get your client and they're just so appreciative and they see and they're like, wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, you've had
It's-
clients that come to you and worked with someone else in the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, wow, we see a huge difference.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that talks a lot about the value that you provide. And sometimes when you have a client that has worked with someone else that hasn't provided that same level that they were expecting, and then all of a sudden they now talk to one of us,
Right, they could
It's-
see the difference.
they could see a difference.
Yes.
And sometimes that's more apparent when you have a client that just came to you directly that maybe they don't know yet differences because we set the expectation as so.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And we all have really good moral compasses.
Yes, we do.
That's why. This is why you would help your client as best as you can to see that maybe this isn't the right house for them. Because I know
Right.
Maria would not sleep that night.
No.
No,
I
She would
wouldn't.
not sleep that night if
would-
she's like, if I'm not, I gotta educate her. I gotta
Yes.
educate her.
So
I mean,
true.
I
she
have
was
to
driving
protect
to
her.
the township with her. I'm like, where are you going, Maria? Look at this. She's, yeah. I mean, it was incredible. So, all right, let's go to 2026. We're almost here.
Oh.
What are we predicting for 2026 in real estate and in our group?
Mm.
What are we thinking?
Without question, an influx of buyers.
That's what more
Is that
buyer
what you
demand.
have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
That's
about
one
the
of them
inventory?
for sure.
Let's look in the crystal ball.
Yes.
Inventory?
Tell us that there'll be more.
Yeah, I think there will be more.
Maybe
Like there
if
was
the
more
rates
this
come
year,
down
but
or
just
the
not enough.
incentive of more. I mean,
The one thing I can say though about the rates, because I was actually just speaking with Kristen Murphy, and I called her and I'm like, Kristen, like, where are we at with rates? We just had a cut. And she goes, wait,
Uh-huh.
we all have to remember Just because what it says nationally doesn't mean it's always
Right.
100% the truth.
Right.
Fed's cutting rates do not translate
No,
always to
so
mortgage rates.
And normally the rate cut is already priced in before the Fed cuts rates.
Yep.
It's, it's worked up to it.
Yeah. So like she had said, she was like, I got so many calls, but
Oh,
the rates
yes.
really didn't decrease yet.
Yeah.
So like we can hope for them to, right? It would be beautiful if it went down to 5%. Everybody has more buying power. People want to sell because now they're not making
They
so
could
much of
buy
a
on the other
lateral
side,
move.
right.
The truth of it is that may not happen.
Right.
But appreciation is continuing to happen.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be an influx of buyers. So if you want to sell, now is still the time to sell.
Yes.
It's
Whether you're-
absolutely a seller's market still.
Whether you're staying in the state or you're leaving the state. Because if you continue to wait, the houses have gone up and you may never have any more buying power.
And then they were also discussing how our floodplains and insurance policies, right? They were saying how Monmouth County were essentially coastal, even though there's parts of Monmouth County that aren't coastal, but how the floodplain, the maps are coming in even closer. So we need to be mindful of that too. How will that change over the next few years? And then will sellers now need to keep that in mind as they sell their property? Do they have to raise it?
Could we just do like a quick PSA?
Go ahead.
Just because you see something is in a flood zone on Zillow does not mean it's actually in a flood zone. So please contact a professional before you immediately think that your house is going to flood. But go ahead.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different websites like that. Even I think realtor.com. It's not to say that it's not true, but it may not always be so accurate. Like it could potentially be close to a floodplain, but it may not be in it.
So
it might
please
be just a little
contact a
creek
professional.
behind it.
Could just be
contact
like
us.
a little corner of the back of the yard
Exactly.
that's in it.
And it's not the actual structure. So
Right.
to your point.
But what the
contact.
consumer is seeing is flood zone.
Right.
They're not understanding what it could possibly mean.
Mhm.
So now they immediately go to, okay, I'm going to have flood insurance plus homeowners insurance. And they're in the middle of Aberdeen.
Right. And it's not, yeah, I mean, the
Likelihood
floodplains are
is-
higher,
right.
but yeah, it's the water tables rather are higher in Aberdeen, but that doesn't mean it's in a flood zone. But good PSA, Heather. Thank
Just
you
a
very
PSA,
much.
please.
So other lessons that we've learned this year, we were talking about, predictions we were talking about for this year. So more buyers coming in, hopefully more inventory, but maybe not enough.
Not enough.
Rates would be great if they could come down. So what are we doing now for our sellers? I feel like we always joke that Super Bowl Sunday is like the kickoff to the spring market. So I have a lot of sellers contacting me now and they're going, okay, holidays are coming up. I already know first quarter of 2026, I want to sell my house. Now is the time to start calling for that setup.
Right.
Because there may be things you need to do. I mean, Maria, you were just with a seller in Homedale last week.
Yes.
She's like, what do I have to do? It's going to take her time. If she called in February or March, it may not be ready for when she's ready.
No, she has to start lining up everything now and getting
Right.
it.
So we'll go in, here's how to maximize your profit. Here's what to do. What do we say? A can of paint could translate to thousands of dollars. Fresh coat of paint,
Less is
things like
more.
that
Yeah.
for sure. So helping our sellers now prep for Q1 of 2026 is huge.
Right. And getting their budget as to how much they can invest in, and finding the ways to make it shine.
What about our buyers?
What about our little peeps?
Our buyers, even if they're not thinking of making a move now, I have a few that are in rentals and they're going, okay, well, my rental is up in April and June. I'm like, we need to start looking now. It may take some time before you actually find the right house
Right.
because inventory is so low.
Put the radars out. Yeah.
Put the radars out. And I'm finding, I don't know about you, but landlords, of course, everyone check your lease, see what it says. But I'm noticing that landlords realize that they can probably rent it for even more because as the market appreciates, so does the rental market. So sometimes they're open, especially individual landlords, open to potentially saying, okay, I may let you out of this lease so long as I'm able to fill the spot with someone who's going to pay more.
Right.
And, again, check your leases and
Right,
see
they'll
what the
say-
landlord will do.
Well, 2 months. Give me 2 months notice.
Yeah.
And
So if that's the case, some buyers now don't realize that they have potentially that option.
Ways out. Right.
Right. So it is really important to start looking or at least have that conversation now because we do consultations with our buyers, especially first-time home buyers. But even so, buyers that are, oh, we've been living in our house for 15 years. 15 years ago, when you bought your house, it's very different
Yes.
than buying a house now. And so having that consultation set up now is huge.
100%.
Put it on your Christmas list.
Yes.
Consultation with the NRL Group.
I mean, you just think about all of the different things, talking about being creative,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, letting buyers know, like, even if they're not first-time home buyers, like, this is the market now. This is what you're competing against. I want to make you aware of all of these different things that other people could be putting into their offers. And I want you to be aware of them so that if you're comfortable with them, you can.
Right.
Because maybe 15 years ago when they purchased their home, it wasn't, wasn't that.
We have like 10 talking points that we review prior to putting in an offer, making sure that we're hitting all of those terms that we can potentially change or make favorable. So 2026, I think that we're going to have even more multi-generational homes, or the need for more multi-generational homes. Because I don't know about you, but for my sellers, when I'm representing them, or even on the buyer side, when we're placing offers, we are up against a lot of cash, a lot of cash offers. I mean, you're dealing with a bunch of people now, cash offers.
Yes, I had a lot of cash offers, I feel like, this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like when you get one with the lender, it's like, oh.
Yeah. With the cash offers, I'm noticing there's a lot of transfer of the generational wealth. So a lot of...
That's what I was going to say. Selling of the parents' house, now combining into the next house. I can see that, yes.
A lot of that happening.
I think it makes sense on a couple levels. It's also obviously financially, they've sold their houses, the parents have made money so they can contribute to the next buy. But these families need the childcare help too, especially if there's children in the house, or if they just feel like their parents are getting older and they want to take care of them. Like that lifestyle or being kind of in one-stop shop is so important too. Right. So that makes a lot of sense.
No, and you think that they may think they're the only ones, but then when you put in your offer and it's like,
oh yeah,
you have identical offers, the same thing where they're gifted.
Yes, it's definitely more common. Absolutely.
Yes.
Weren't you just dealing with someone coming from Staten Island where multi-generational homes, what do they call them? It's essentially like a two-family, but
a two-family, like or they have a basement apartment.
Right, that they put the parents in.
They put the parents in. It's very common.
Right.
In New Jersey, it is not. So
especially in our area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, North Jersey, you might see more of those two families and all of that, but
definitely
not Monmouth County. So if you find one, and a lot of the time the townships won't approve for them to even be. So you have to go through extensive approval in order to have a second kitchen and so on and so forth.
It has to be like a wet bar more than a full kitchen.
Right.
Yeah. So
when you...
Especially if it's in the basement. Right.
Yeah. So when you find those homes, and if that's what you need, that is much easier.
What about the listing that you had in Monroe, that we had the bedroom on the first floor? Like that was huge too. I mean, so many buyers were like, is there a bedroom and a full bath on the first floor?
Yeah,
right.
Otherwise I'm not looking.
If you had a more elderly parent or someone who was maybe, didn't want to do the steps, but you needed their help or they needed to be with you, that was such a drive for a lot of buyers. I mean, they wanted to end it. They wanted the full bath too, because it made it almost like a little suite on the first floor for that,
Absolutely.
I think that that's like the easier of the things to find here. I think, I have another client who's like, eventually I know I'm going to have to take care of my dad. I'm sure she would like for him to have more space than just the bedroom, but you don't find that often.
Right.
So it's when you find that little apartment or that mother-daughter, they're harder to come by, but changing a wall or a kitchen cabinet, that's easier.
Right.
So if you find it, if your footprint is there, that I think that's something to really consider, more so if you like the way the kitchen looks.
Yeah.
Well, that goes back to what are your must-haves and your like-to-haves. We always talk about that. What do you need to have in a house and what would you like to have?
Would be nice, right?
Yeah.
Right. And are the like-to-haves something that you can change over time?
Like you would probably love to have like a Nicholas ice cream cart in your house.
At all times. Actually, my freezer is pretty much one.
Okay.
There's like 10 pints in there.
But we know that that's not a must-have. It's just a want.
A like-to-have.
Eventually.
Second freezer for ice cream.
Yes.
Yeah. So a touchy subject, but I'm bringing it up. AI. So
AI.
we know that AI is changing the landscape of how buyers find us
Yes.
and find homes.
Yes.
So first call, ever was this year where I had a client, and most times we know where our clients are coming from: repeat, word of mouth, referral, so forth and so on. But this particular client called me, and I never spoke with her before. So once we started talking and I was helping her, how did you come across my information? She goes, well, I just asked AI, give me the name of
Awesome.
such and such agents and this, the best agents in this area who sold, and this is what I'm looking for. And thank you so much, ChatGPT, for recommending. But we're noticing that there's a shift.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I feel like we need to touch upon, though, and this goes not just for real estate, but all industries, because I know a lot of friends are like using it as therapists. My husband just did this. How do I, including myself?
Oh, yeah.
Or like, doctor, I'm feeling these symptoms.
Yes.
We have to remind ourselves that it really is not a person.
Yes.
Right. And
You
so
definitely have to fact check still.
fact check, and it's something that can't build trust.
Mm-hmm.
Once it can, we're having a bigger issue, but whatever. Right now, it's great for information, but is ChatGPT or any AI going to tell your client that was a bad move for her based on what she needs? Probably not. It wouldn't know how to express because it's not there at the house for the inspections, knowing what's happening. So just keep in mind, AI is not building that trust that we can provide.
I also think that AI is great. I think it's an amazing tool, and we're going to see more of it. And I definitely use it in my line of business, and I'm sure we all dabble in it. But I think that there's nothing like picking up the phone and talking to a client too, which, granted, AI, thank you for helping me formulate my words better a little or polishing certain things. But if I need to talk to a client or I feel like a call is due, there's nothing. I mean, maybe they're going to be able to AI talk to my clients on the phone, but I don't know what the future is in store. But
wait, all right, go ahead.
I hope not. But I love to pick up the phone and actually, because some things get lost in translation when you write them out, and just know that you could have like a human conversation with someone. So I think that that's still very important. Even
Always
like our
best.
lenders, when they say like, do you want to jump on a call? I'm like, yes, like let's just talk this out. So I think that's important still. So
I was laughing as soon as she said AI calling clients. You had a situation this year where you had to make an appointment, and the realtor used I guess it was an AI. So you could talk better about this, but it was an assistant AI.
Yes. You need to call my assistant. Well, your assistant is AI.
I could see
So you have to leave a message
With the AI.
with the AI. I would like to show such and such property on November 4th at 2 p.m.
Did it work out?
Okay, great. We'll give you a call back with confirmation.
Never called.
Never a call back, never a text message. Client asking me, can we get in? Calling the agent back. Here's the number for my assistant.
No.
It just
Didn't
wasn't
work.
working.
Yeah.
It just wasn't working. So there is a level of still needing to remain human.
Mm-hmm.
Use AI for what it's worth, but for
Right.
things like that, especially, I mean, there are things that are way more what's the word I'm looking for?
Like intricate or detailed.
Yes, but when someone purchasing a home, knowing the market that we're in, and by you being lazy
Mm-hmm.
and not answering the phone yourself to make your appointments, or using showing time,
Right.
Right.
we can use showing time,
Right. Easy enough.
and somebody doesn't get into a house. I mean, it's a terrible reflection. It's
Right,
not positive. It's a terrible
It's a disservice.
Yes.
Well, because how many times will, a buyer's agent call me and say, look, we're running a half hour behind. Will that be okay? I can easily call the seller. Oh, yeah, we're out grocery shopping. No problem. If they had to call my AI assistant, they don't know that the seller's grocery shopping and can accommodate that. And
No.
it just, now what happened? The buyer never got in.
And buyer never got in, and it's not a good reflection for who we are and what we
Right.
do.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you are going back to your client, letting them know this is our situation. I can't get you in.
Yeah, your hands are tied.
Yeah. I mean, there's certain things, like you said, Carla, that AI is great for. I certainly use AI.
Mm-hmm.
I use it often, and it's wonderful. But, it's almost one of those things someone had mentioned, like AI flying planes. Would you feel comfortable if you didn't have a pilot on board? And can AI fully take on flying planes? I'm sure it can. I wouldn't feel, I already have anxiety on planes, but I don't think I'd feel comfortable without having a human
Right.
making
human
like
piece.
that life or death, God forbid, but that decision of okay, I need to do this, I need to do that.
Traveling, yeah,
right?
through
Like that
the air with,
experience.
yes, I agree. I
Right?
don't think I'd feel so comfortable with that. Even when they show the cars that drive
I won't
themselves,
go in it.
I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
I
But
sound
who
like
knows?
grandma.
We could sound like very ancient, and our
I
kids are like,
do.
duh, Ma.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It will be a thing, I'm sure.
Oh, it's already happening.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And what do they say? Like everyone will have a robot, right?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that would be great to have a robot to like clean the house.
Oh, I could have used her this morning.
like the Jetsons.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I think of.
Yeah.
The Jetsons, like we were watching
Rosie,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Rosie.
They were letting us know, right? These movies like let us know, or the
Mhm.
shows like almost early on to say like could happen.
Yeah.
But it looks so far fetched,
I know.
right?
I
Yeah.
know. There's
Cool, but-
I watched this movie. What is it, Megan? It's like a horror thriller where the doll.
Of course.
Yeah, it's not a doll. It's a robot, and that how it takes on like the human component, and it couldn't. I guess only supposed to do what the owner wants it to do. So it takes out other people and everything based on what's the owner. Yeah, it's
She
bad.
doesn't like you, you're out.
Right. I mean, it was the killing robot. But yeah, that's a
Wow.
whole.
Okay, that's next level.
Yeah,
I'm not
that
ready
is.
for that.
I don't recommend the movie, but anyway.
I would find that disturbing.
Yeah, I did. Getting back to our favorite local spots of 2025. I have found a new love for Coffee Corral. I should say new love for coffee. Coffee Corral in Red Bank. I started going there because Wagon Inn, which is the dog rescue that I'll volunteer for, they bring the dogs there sometimes.
Oh, yes.
Yep. And so for like adoption or, just getting to meet the dogs, the foster parents will bring the dogs there. They have this huge, like, essentially like a park, but it's a huge grassy sitting area, but they have some games and everything. So especially on a nice day, you can go there. And that's sort of how I stumbled upon Coffee Corral. I knew it was there, but I don't know. I never went there for coffee. But after going there, they have this amazing French toast latte.
That sounds good.
Oh, it is so good. So now it's like I'm trying to plan my route to
look where
stop
I
at
am.
Coffee Corral. Matcha
Coffee
latte's
Corral.
great.
Gotta stop.
Yeah.
So I've been finding a new love for coffee again.
Mm.
Any favorite local spots that you have ventured upon? Was
Well,
it crazy?
We went to Apple Street Kitchen. That was
Oh,
my
that
very
was good.
first time
That
to
was
celebrate
the
our beautiful Marie, right?
Yeah, when she had her baby.
Yep. And I thought it was just delicious. And I loved the vibe inside. I thought it was
Quality
great.
really good.
They're also owned by Dajit.
Yes. And the food was delicious.
Yeah.
So, so good. So I want to shout them out. It was
Shout
my
out.
first time there this year. So
I don't know if I'm saying this right, but is it Fioncino? That is like the new Italian bakery.
Oh,
that's
Fulicino
it's not
or
open
whatever.
yet.
Yeah.
It's opening.
No, it's open. It's
In
by
Red
the
Bank.
train tracks.
Yes.
Oh.
Their food was delicious. I
They
went there the
use-
other day. It was
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, it was very like it felt like a Brooklyn, like New York style. The pizza was delicious. The salads were good.
oh, so it's more than
the
a bakery.
sandwiches were
Right.
like a deli with this fresh mutts that looked so good on it. Very good.
See, I get so excited
Nicole's
for
waiting
food.
to get out.
It was
her
so
favorite
good.
thing.
Salivating. No, so my little cousin works for them in Staten Island.
Okay.
So I think
yes,
it's
there's a
Fulicino
pasta.
bakery. it's
There's a
called.
pasta vino maybe or something that they had another place because I looked them up. There's a few that
So Pasta Vino and Beer Vino are owned by them? No.
oh no.
Because
No.
Pasta Vino is
No,
also Beer Vino.
That's
with
a different
sister.
place I was looking up in Red
Also
Bank, sorry.
great place. But Filicino, if I'm
Okay.
saying that right,
Sorry.
has another one on Staten Island because I know my cousin works there.
Okay.
And I think they may use, it's called Royal Crown
Bakery.
Bakery's
Yes.
bread, which is also from
So
Staten
good.
Island. which
Yes,
is-
I've had them.
They.
think
I
they
thought
have
they
raviolis,
owned
too.
both.
Royal Crown might own them.
Yes.
Maybe.
Oh,
Yes.
so
I
then
could be
that's even
butchering
more
all of this,
crap.
but I'm
I
pretty
think
sure they
they-
use Royal Crown's
Yes.
bread,
I think that. Yeah. I
which
think
is like a
the same owner.
staple.
Do they do raviolis too, Royal Crown? Why do I feel like
I don't
that?
know, maybe.
Okay.
They've always, I think, just been bread and
Pastosa's
sandwiches.
Oh,
from
I love
Staten Island
Pastosa.
also does
Oh
raviolis
my God,
here.
they're
But
the
they
best.
just left.
They just
They
left
just left Manalapan. That's like right
Yeah,
by my
but
parents' house.
We got
Tuscany
them in
carries
Eatontown.
Pastosa raviolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
Meh.
There's a Pastosa's in, I think it's Eatontown on 35.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good.
And there is a Filicino opening. I thought it was just a bakery, but maybe it's going to be more than that in the shops at Old Bridge.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Okay, good.
Okay,
And then,
That's good to know.
And other places that I've been frequenting a lot is Modern Social.
Yeah, you were
Okay.
talking
Which is
about
also
this.
shops at
I've
Old
never
Bridge.
been, but
Frankie
okay.
owns that too,
Yes,
right? Yes,
Frankie
okay.
owns that.
From
And
Gabriella.
he does it well. Yes, it's always packed and great food, great drinks.
Nice.
and-
Which
So that's in the shops at Old Bridge?
yes, it's in
Okay,
the shops at Old Bridge. Yes.
All right, I see you.
On the
I mean-
other end, because Feast is on the one end, right?
Yes, Feast is down the one then, and then you have Osteria's new restaurant opening up there as well.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
yeah, it's turning into a full eatery, I feel like, at the shops at Old Bridge.
Wow.
And then he's down at the end where Banana Republic used
Yeah.
to be.
Okay.
Favorite dish there?
La Mache pasta.
Oh,
What
what's
is
in it?
that?
Oh, it's just like
I'm so
a
hungry right now.
I
pasta
know, I'm
with the
starving.
cream sauce and like chili pepper and just
That was very easy for you to answer, Maria.
Yeah, she
Well,
was like,
I
"Wow, I'll
am
tell
like
you."
once I like something, that's just
Sold.
where my
I'm that
go-to.
way too.
Yes,
Yeah.
so it's like a New York strip and a side of pasta.
Oh,
Is-
okay.
We always
Done.
talk about food and get hungry.
I didn't eat
Hungry.
breakfast,
No.
so now I'm gonna go eat pasta.
Okay.
But the other favorite local spot that we, or at least I found this year, you found it, and then was Carm's Farm.
Carm's Farm.
So fun.
So adorable.
So fun. So many things.
and it's
to
like
do.
on the rise and trendy.
Yes,
the family looks adorable. that
Yes.
own it.
they were great. We met them,
Yes.
and they were so wonderful to work with.
Mm-hmm.
So human and humble
Yeah.
Right.
still.
You said they didn't have any farming background.
Yes,
No.
they just wanted a farm,
Yes.
right?
I love that.
Yeah.
They grew up in Colts Neck.
Yes.
Yeah, no, and it was great. They were wonderful to work with when we were planning the event. The day of, they were great. As we all know, we had terrible weather. Didn't
Yes.
have our tent.
Not a good
They
hair
were
day.
able to get us a
No, my
tent.
hair
Not
went
a
back
good hair
instead.
day.
Yeah, I mean, Mother Nature kind of, whatever that day, but it's okay.
She wanted to come to the client appreciation.
Yes,
Nature.
Mother
Yeah,
Nature needed
she
to be
showed up.
there.
Yeah.
And made herself known.
But you know what? Look, whenever you do something outside, you don't
Take the
know.
chance.
Right.
So like you could go ahead and we could change the date to another weekend, and
That's right.
who's to say it would even be a good day that time? But no, they were wonderful. And I know that they're trying to do so many more things. They're trying to do
Yes.
like dinner on the farm to table, and they're
Oh,
going to be
that's
doing things
nice.
for Christmas. Yes. So make sure you check them out.
Yeah, so as a group, we did Cape May this
Mhm.
year.
That was
And
so fun.
so much fun. And we went to Beach Plum Farm,
Mhm.
which
That
was
was-
a farm to table, whatever they have on the farm, which, I mean, when we saw the chickens running around and then we had chicken for dinner. No, I'm
Ooh,
like, okay.
I couldn't do
Okay.
that.
Yeah, no, that was a little much. But
Tried to grab it.
I'm like, I could not do
let me
that.
save you. No, they didn't serve chicken. I'm making it.
Yeah.
But I did wonder because I'm like,
And then,
well,
like-
what we had for dinner.
You're like everything from the farm.
Yeah. But I mean, you
That
brought
was an
that up to them.
experience.
It was such a cool
That
experience.
was an experience. Yeah.
And you brought that up to
Mhm.
Carm's Farm. You're like, look at what Beach Plum is doing. It was
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, it was a 4 course or 5 courses with the dessert,
Because
but
we
they
don't
had some
have
sides
anything
too.
like that here. So to like
Oh,
Right.
it was so
Take
cool.
it
On
in-
the table, there's one in
No.
down 33.
on a farm.
No. No.
Okay.
Farm. Everything comes from local
Yeah.
farms.
This was a big
And-
communal table, and everybody sat together. So it was
Yeah.
a good way to like kind of socialize. You ended up
Yeah.
bumping into someone you knew.
I know.
That was
What
such
were
a
the
small
chances of
world.
that?
That
Yes.
was sitting next to us too,
She's from
pretty
Red
much.
Bank. I'm like, hey,
Yep.
you. Hey, buddy.
I
That
know
is such
you.
a small world. Wow.
And
Yeah.
there was this one carrot dish that was amazing that
The
I
carrot,
had. Those
yeah.
like glazed carrots with, oh my gosh, it was so good. Everything was
Hungry.
delicious.
So
Here we go
definitely
again.
a need for Monmouth County. If anyone has a farm, start doing dinners on the farm.
Oh,
Yes.
big crowd, draws a crowd.
Draws
Mhm.
a crowd. But yeah, Carm's Farm was great to work with this year.
They were wonderful.
Great local
Make sure
spot.
you check them out. I think they're definitely doing things for the holidays
Yes.
too.
I actually
Yes.
went there last holiday season when they just opened. And it was like a freezing cold night, but it was cute too. They had the lights, the animals were still out, and it was fun for the kids.
What are some other holiday farms that people could go to? There's Ann Ellen.
And Ellen is great with their
Mhm.
holiday village for the kids. I mean,
Okay, that's good to know.
That's where you cut down. You can cut down your own tree.
You can cut your
yes.
tree down, but they have this entire village now, and Santa's there
Oh,
in a little house. You can buy hot cocoa. You have to take a hayride out to the village.
Okay.
that's
Wow.
cute.
Yeah.
You can walk
Yeah.
around. I know I tried really, really hard to get like one more squeeze of it out of my kids,
Mm.
but
They're over it.
they're over
They're
it.
over it.
Yes.
Hopefully they'll circle back and be like, Mom, I remember when we were a kid.
Aw.
Can we go back? But they were not fun last year.
Yes. Okay.
However, my 4-year-old nephew, he was a delight.
okay.
Aw.
He was a delight.
Okay.
But
So that's the age.
yeah, that was great. What's Alair State Park? They do a train ride there.
Oh, that's cute.
They
I
have
didn't know that.
yeah, they do have like a holiday thing.
Check out our trolley.
Oh, yeah. In Red Bank, we're going to be on the side of the trolley.
Yes.
Say hi to our faces.
Yes. It'll take you around town and free. Doesn't cost you anything. But it's really cute. So if you go to see like the Nutcracker, shout out to my friend Michelle. She's teaching for the Nutcracker. Anyways.
Oh, nice one.
So yeah. She's part of the Academy of Dance Arts.
Okay.
And they do with the, what is it? Point, not ballet.
Yeah, it is ballet,
okay.
but point.
She's a choreographer? Or?
Yes, she's one of their teachers.
Oh my goodness.
She's done that since she was little. But anyway, so if you go to see like the Nutcracker and then you want to go to dinner, you could hop on the trolley and go around town, go shopping. Always support local if you can.
Bonus Sarah is like decorated beautifully for the holidays.
Oh, yes.
Brothers Daily just went there for my birthday.
Okay, so I haven't
good.
been, but I heard they do, what is it? Like a ski bright. So it's like, what is it? What's après ski? When you supposed to have a drink after?
Oh, the aperitif? Is that?
Was that what
I don't know. That's the Italian version.
The way they say it. But after you ski, like in the ski town.
After you ski. I'm sorry. No, I don't know.
They're supposed to have drinks, like if you go to Vermont or whatever. So Brothers Daily is doing or has done Ski Bright.
Okay.
Where you get dressed up in like your ski outfits and go outside to have a drink.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. It was all the rage.
That's a thing.
I would need like a full-on onesie snuggie in order to do so.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I didn't say I'm going out in the cold.
Be a mess.
There you go.
Other holiday happenings with that.
They decorate supposedly really cute inside there too.
Do
I
they?
definitely think we should go back there as a group. It was a really nice experience. They also have music, which I wish it went later, but it only goes till 10 because I think of the residential piece
later.
I know it starts from 7 to 10.
No.
Not just till 11. Just 11.
Yeah, I feel like
think
once
I can
you're
make it
there,
to
though, like you can hang.
No, it's a vibe. It was a cool vibe.
I'll go with you.
You know
I
what it
wouldn't
was?
like what I like.
Because if you go to dinner at 7 and you're done by
True.
8:39, like you almost just wanted like till 11. You know, like get a drink, like kind of feel.
So
like
it's more of a bar, not like a
restaurant on one side, other side, kind of like an inside outside feel. So they have the space heaters all around. I'm sure in the summer it's the best time to go because you don't have to worry about being cold. But they definitely had enough space heaters, and it was like a lounge. It felt like a little LA meets like. It didn't feel like a beach town bar, but it was really cool.
We'll have to go.
Like an upscale pub, delicious menu, and then this kind of like outdoor vibe that you felt like you were in. Like,
We'll have to go.
it was really cool.
What time did you go to dinner?
We had 7 o'clock reservations and we were done around 9, and then we stayed for the hour with the DJ.
But you wanted to stay longer.
Yeah, I could have used
See,
another hour.
I feel like I would want like if I was just finished and I was kind of in the mood and I was
Right,
out.
like you're out,
Like,
you're
I would
dressed
wanna
up
stay
already.
for a little bit,
just
yeah.
like 11 o'clock would have been, but I guess it's like an ordinance.
Look, I would be like you. Like if I
Guys, I want to go out.
okay.
Let's.
You want to today?
Let's
Okay.
go.
So we could do dinner at like
5:30.
like,
Then we could really enjoy the music though,
yeah.
because then we could do it till 10, and we'll say this.
In all fairness, I feel like I'm up pretty well, but you're up early too, so
You
I
too.
can't even
She's
say
up
that.
really early.
I'm up really, really early. Look, the truth of it is I mean, we're not looking to go to a rager,
No,
right?
But make the outfit worth it. If you're
Yes.
gonna go out, let's like the lipstick's on. Let's like stay out a little.
Let's stay out.
Yeah.
So there's House of Independence in Asbury Park. They do a 90s night. So some
that's
of my
fun.
friends will be like, I love 90s music and very nostalgic. And they're like, let's go out. It's doors open at 10. Know your audience.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Doors open at 10 for the 90s night?
Nikki, push yourself. Push
What if
yourself
you
for the
prep for
Spice
it?
Girls. Push yourself for the Spice
I know. One day I just need to do it. They were doing it on my birthday this year.
Oh,
so I'm like,
that
let's
was
do
the
it.
day.
Until I saw the time.
Oh, okay.
I was like, forget it.
Okay.
I have to show up the next morning for whatever I'm doing.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
thing. If you have to clear
At
the
10 o'clock
schedule.
starts late.
Thank you,
That is
Maria.
late.
Thank
No,
you.
it is.
Thank you, Maria.
At 10 o'clock, and not if you're in your 20s, I'd say no, that's when they go out, but
That's when I used
Heather?
to go out.
right.
Okay.
Me and you, we're ready.
There we go.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how late I'm going to be.
I'm gonna make it to midnight.
Okay.
Come on, we got that.
Yes.
Okay.
I have to wear like, I don't know.
The
not
Cinderella shoes.
Cinderella shoes.
Comfy shoes.
Quick. Gotta
Comfy
go.
shoes.
Okay.
But yeah, no.
So as we close out 2025, what would be one word to describe your year?
You said it before.
I think
she
it's
did.
creative.
Creativity.
I love that one.
I love that one. I did write. I did have 2 other words.
All right, let's hear them.
Okay, what did I say? Oh, let's see. Mine were balance
Oh,
and achievement. I did that because just personally.
Mm-hmm.
I
love
felt like this
that.
was a big year for me because I got back into the swing of things, obviously joined a great team. I felt just like professional a little more again, just coming off of maybe just being home with the kids for a little more. So bounced back. My clients were there for me. Felt like the office made me feel like I achieved some stuff. So that was good for me.
that's great.
Not to mention personal achievements too. Got a house, kids are in school,
Huge.
everybody's happy, everyone's thank God healthy. But I think work wise that I did meet some milestones that I was happy with.
Good.
I love that word. I had my word as grateful.
Good one. Solid.
Solid. To describe this year, I'm really grateful. Of course, to this growing team. I'm so grateful to have, as you mentioned, all the health and,
Right.
and personally. Work-wise, though, I've noticed that it's been a very challenging year for a lot of people in our industry. So I am very grateful to have the clients that I have and the support that we all provide each other. That's huge. So I'm very grateful for this year.
It has been a challenging year.
Yes. I say grateful as well.
See?
Grateful, blessed,
I didn't
like
know
I
that.
yeah, and it's for you guys,
Aw,
and being
thanks,
on
Maria.
the team is just so nice. I would hate to do this alone, and
lonely
my
business.
clients
Yeah.
that they see value in me and appreciate it.
Right.
I
It's
love
not
that.
an easy industry. So
Yeah, that's for sure. So, as 2025 comes to a close, we just want to thank every client, neighbor, and local business who made this year so special. We're not just selling homes, we're building stories within this incredible community we're lucky to call home. If you're thinking about making a move in 2026, whether it's upsizing, downsizing, or discovering a new corner of Monmouth County, we'd love to be your go-to resource. Follow us and share this episode with a friend.